The CEO of Ford, Jim Farley, has announced that they will be exiting out of the two-row ICE crossover segment, and that means that the Ford Edge may be going away. And this is huge news because a lot of people actually buy the Ford Edge and likes the Ford Edge. It's just that smaller SUV crossover that's not as big as the Explorer or the Expedition, and can give you a little bit more space than like an expedition, than a escape. And so I remember even my family rented one. It was just a smooth, very comfortable ride, and it did the things that you need to do. But this is a segment that's been slow for Ford, but it seems like a lot of people just looking at this post. Is one of the most commented posts on Ford Authority, where people are saying, "Oh, they love their vehicle, why they're doing this," and these are the reasons. They're focusing on passion brands and exiting slow selling or low margin segments. And so maybe the Ford Edge just fits that criteria. It doesn't sell as much as they want, and just low margin vehicles. They're making so much from their F-150s, maybe from their muscle car, the Mustang, and from the electrical segment and things of that nature. And so, yeah, it's something to consider. Make sure you all subscribe to this channel as we grow this family. That's the only thing I ask from this video, is just hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get this to 1,000 subscribers pretty soon. But yeah, the Ford Edge is going away, and so that means the Ford Escape. And I actually have a Ford Escape. I have a 2011 Ford Escape, which I actually prefer better than the new ones. I think the style of the previous generation was way much better than what they look now. I'm not a huge fan of the crossover look, but the Edge actually does look decent, and they have different sports packages with that we're going to look at. But what do you all think of them discontinuing the Ford Edge, Ford Escape, maybe down the road? It's like, okay, then are they going to get rid of essentially the next big thing? What's next after a Maverick, right? Let's say you want a crossover, you don't want to pick a truck. You have to go all the way up to an Explorer. I think they do have another one. What was it, like the Eco Sport or something like that they have, that's super small and seems so fragile, honestly, and it looks so fragile. But yeah, this might be the last year for the Ford Edge, and it looks nice. I like this color, and they did have different trim packages. It has the SEL, ST line, the Platinum, ST version, and things of that nature. Another thing to consider with this thing is that, yes, a lot of people are upset because maybe they own one and the Ford Edge has been treating them right, um, but that was probably true for a lot of other vehicles Ford held, right? Like the Ford Fusion, maybe the Fiesta, and Ford discontinued those vehicles. Did it really affect their sales that much? I'm not sure, right? I don't think it really caused them to go out of business to get rid of their sedan segment. And so, yes, initially they may have a big reaction, and initially you may be thinking like that, like, okay, well, I could just go to another brand and Ford is going to crumble and die. No, Ford is not going to crumble and die, right? There are plenty of people that will buy their other vehicles. And even you yourself, you may say, oh, you may hate this decision, but you still may find other products from Ford appealing that you're going to go into. But yeah, this is the Ford Edge. To me, it looks really nice, and it's a good size, not too big, not too small, and it has enough power. You can get them in different engines. I think the two is, of course, the 2.0 EcoBoost, 250 horsepower, 275 pounds-feet of torque, and into 2.7 V6 EcoBoost, you get 335 horsepower, 380 pounds-feet of torque, which is not that bad actually. You can get it standard on the Edge ST. And so if you all are looking for a Ford Edge, this might be your last year, or even an Escape, or other things like that, or even like, I know they were talking about the Lincoln 2, which is the Lincoln Nautilus, are set to be discontinued after the 2023 model year. So that's just some updates about this. And then there's this other article that said the Ford Edge is among the most reliable 3-year-old vehicles. And so if they're making good quality vehicles that's reliable, right, but they're getting rid of them, right, So are there other vehicles as reliable as this one that they're getting rid of? Yes, you're not making as much profit. It's not selling as much, but are they good vehicles? Are people buying? And so it's just like with these companies, I'm trying to not look at it only from a consumer point of view. I have to look at it at both side of views. And so I understand the consumer side of view. It's a good quality car. It's the perfect middle ground for a crossover for the size, the power that you're looking for. But at the same time, Ford is all like, hey, we got rid of our sedan segment, and that turned out all right for us. We can get rid of this segment too because it's not producing the numbers, or we're actually losing money on this segment. But it's like it's a reliable vehicle. It does what it needs to do. So let me know what you all think of this decision from Ford and them doing all that. All right, make sure you all subscribe. Talk to y'all later.